Alright, welcome back to the Striatation Gym. And we're doing a deck profile on the best deck of the format. It's Helion VMAX Urshifu VMAX. Because Urshi spread, Urshi good.
Said it backwards. Urshi good, Urshi spread.
Urshi good, Urshi spread.
Insert me with the Kevin clip.
Urshi good, Urshi spread. No, alright.
Post it.
We're doing this shit. Alright, we got our 3 Inteleon line. Pretty simple stuff. Alright, so it says, discard a water energy from your hand. If you do, you can ping 2 of your opponent's Pokemon with 2 damage counters. Super good, helps you set up knockouts later game. Then, also has a second attack where for a colorless and a water energy, so you can just slap one of these bad boys down, Rapid Strike energy, you can bounce it back to hand and do 140 damage. It can help you set up knockouts with like your Urshifu and your, you can take knockouts with your Inteleon, you can take knockouts with your Medicham, all that fun stuff. Alright, so that's pretty simple. You just keep them on your bench so you can do a little fun damage. Now for the other super special card, we got a 2/2 line of the Urshifu Rapid Strike VMAX. Now I can actually talk. Alright. So now this guy's super cool. He either makes or breaks your deck. So for 2 fighting and a colorless, which sadly that means you can't normally set it up in 1 turn, but we got the super awesome Bay card Melanie, so you can do it. So it says discard all energy from him. If you do 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So then you can start setting up with your Inteleon VMAXs. You can start pinging damage with the double gunner effect. You can do 120 damage, start moving it around with Radiant Alakazam. You can set up later knockouts with Medicham. All that fun stuff. So this deck's basically all about spreading damage, making your opponent cry, taking multiple turns, yada yada yada. Alrighty. Next, the card that makes the whole deck work. If you don't set this card up, you might as well scoop up the game, go game 2. Octillery. Octillery, so 90% of your cards in this deck are Rapid Strike cards. So this guy says once during your turn, you may look for a Rapid Strike card and put it into your hand. Just once per turn. You cannot use more than one of this ability during your turn. So you can't set up like multiple and just keep doing the same effect. You can only do it once per turn. And that allows you to search for like your Urshifu, your baby Urshi, your Inteleon VMAX, your Inteleon V. You can search for your Medicham, you can search for a Rapid Strike energy, you can search for a supporter. There's just so many viable uses of this card that just make it super good that you just always want to have it on your bench. And then it also allows you not to instantly lose to like Iono path lock plays. So you can search for your stadium to bounce the path, all that fun stuff. Alright, next. So these are all into the 1-0s. We have 1 Radiant Alakazam, so you can start spreading damage so you can take easier knockouts. 1 Lumineon, so you can search for your supporter. 1 Drapion, so you don't auto lose to Mew. And then 1 Medicham. Medicham says that you can, for 2 colorless energy, but it's a Rapid Strike Pokemon, so you can just put your Rapid Strike energy on there. Put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If it knocks out, you get to take another turn. So that's super good. You take it 2 turns in a row. I saw a lot of moments where we used Yoga Loop just so you could win the prize trade at the end of the game whenever you're in your last 3 turns, because it stops your opponent from having another turn. Super cool. Alright, so that's it for the Pokemon line. So now let's get down to the super simple, super basic. You can probably guess what some of these supporters are going to be. Alright, we have a 3 set of research. Pretty self-explanatory. Just discard your hand, draw 7. Super good. We got 2 Karina's Focus. So this is a draw till you have 6 cards in hand. So the reason you play this card is this is one of your cards you can search off of your artillery. So if you are sitting like in a really dead hand and you're like, wow, I really need to draw some more cards, you just put, and you have your artillery in hand, just search it out and you draw till you have 6. Then this kind of helps out with a few matchups that like you really just need hand disruption. You got your 2 Iono. Pretty self-explanatory. It's nice to have. Now this is one of the cards. Sadly, since you can only play 2, or since we only play 2, it doesn't happen as often as you always want it to. But you can always search it out with like 4 Steel Stones and stuff like that. Melanie, just attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So you can constantly cycle your Rapid Strike Urshifu's attack. Because since you have to discard all your energy, you just put another Rapid Strike energy next turn, Melanie attach an energy, and then you can do it one more time and start spreading another 120. And then you play 1 Clara, 1 Cheryl. Clara, pretty self-explanatory, just grabbing back a couple Pokemon so you can double gunner a few more times with water energies, yada yada yada. And then Cheryl, let's say you're sitting against like a Lost Boss, you really want to get rid of all your damage, or you're sitting against Lugia and they're never one-shotting you, all that kind of stuff, you got your Cheryl, so it makes it harder. All your opponent's hard work basically just went to waste. Alright, so that's it for the supporter line. Now onto the trainer line. Once again, pretty self-explanatory. Alright, we got our 4 Battle VIP Pass, super good cards, search for your basic Pokemon, set up early, 4 Ultra Ball, and 2 Nest Ball. Just some ball search to help you get all your cards out. Ultra Ball, self-explanatory. Battle VIP Pass, help you set up early game. Then we have our 3/4 Sealstone. Without this card, this deck would absolutely suck mega butt. This card is single-handedly won me games and saved me from instantly losing games early. Searches for your Battle VIP passes, searching for supporters, searching for the energy that you're missing, searching for the artillery to find your cards. That's really about it. You save it either super early game, or you have it really early game, or you save it for late game to win you the game. Super, super nice, super, super easy. Alright, then we got our 2 energy retrieval. Energy retrieval just to grab back some water energy so you can keep using your double gunners, start spreading more damage. So if you already have a rapid strike energy and you can't find your Melanie, you can energy retrieval to gather the energy back so you can attack with your Urshifu. If you want to, you can always just attach 2 energy and attack with your Inteleon. Yeah, so that card's just pretty self-explanatory as well. We got our, these are down to our 1-ofs. So we got 1 escape rope. We were really considering moving this up to 2, just because if you get stuck with the Alakazam in the active, it feels really bad if you can't move it. And then your Echoing Horn, if you're like that 1 prize away and your opponent only has like big guys on the field, you can always just Echoing Horn and then start spreading some damage and then attack with your Medicham, or you can be able to just bring or kill it with Inteleon, or you can kill it with the Urshifu. There's just so many options where you can kill your opponent's Pokemon if you're only like 1 prize away. And then we got, now moving on to just our stadium cards. We got 3 Tower of Waters. Basically just it gives every Pokemon in your deck free retreat that has Rapid Strike in it. It just gives it 2 less retreat, so everything only has 2. So it really helps just pivot. It also counters your opponent's Path to the Peaks. Alright, and then down to the energy count, we got our 4 Rapid Strike energy. Cards just super, super good. Deck can't run without it. It's literally the whole reason this deck can be good. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 water energies. Just so you can have, it just feels like a really consistent number, just so you can be able to constantly use your double gunners. So you can use them for your Melanie, so you can always just find different ways to pivot. And yep, that's the super awesome, super fun deck list that I totally bricked with during top 8, and that's why I didn't get any further.
Now, there's a card you would like to add. What would it? You could add 1 card.
Okay.
What would you like to add?
So, not a card that I would that's not already in the deck. I would definitely like to bump up the Melanie count, just because I feel like if you can't find it and you really, really need it, it just feels kind of bad. But you most of the time just have so many ways of searching it out. Or honestly, maybe even moving the Urshifu count up. But I mean, if you're playing 2 Urshifus and they both get knocked out, you already lost the game. Or maybe even a lost city. But I mean, the deck seems pretty consistent as is. But the maybe even like a Giacomo, because Mew kind of sucks to set it. Giacomo, yeah, the best card in this game that nobody knows how to pronounce. Where you can just bounce all your opponent's supporter cards. Yeah, but I mean, deck seems pretty consistent as is. There's not a whole lot I would change or add or get rid of. But maybe like Melanie would feel kind of good to have another one of. But yeah, this is the best deck in the format. Self-explanatory. Like spread, Urshi spread, Urshi good. Yeah, it's the whole deck. This is the single-handed best card in the game. Because you get to take constant turns. You get to take 2 turns in a row. Your opponent gets 0. And you just win the game. Peace out, slimes. Bonk. Bonk.
Yo, what's up, chat? We're here, the cup-winning Urshifu Inteleon player. You know why? Urshi good, Urshi spread. Let's get into the list.
It's a classic.
So, start off, 3 Inteleon V, Inteleon VMAX. This is the spread. This is why Urshi good, because Urshi spread.
Right.
Fuck that. We got 2 Urshi V, 2 Urshi VMAX. This is Urshi good because Urshi does spread. 120 to 2 things is blasphemous. Should not be allowed in this format. Anyway.
Nope.
The best card lets you search one of anything in your deck. 2 Remoraid to evolve into 2 Octillery. This dies, you're not playing the game. But with this, you're doing whatever you want. Your opponent does not matter. 1 Metacham. Do you like taking an extra turn? Well, this is your card. After doing 2 damage counters for 2 energy, you get to just take an extra turn and spread and abuse them even more. Also, if you go into time, this is just a fuck you card and you win, apparently. Starmie V. Thought it's cute for some matchups. It didn't come up. Lost me games for starting it. Luminion V. Search whatever you want, supporters. You want to heal 300 damage in a turn? Find it. You want a whole new hand after getting Iona to 1? You got it. Alakazam, the best Radiant. Move 2 damage counters anywhere. Fixes every kind of math. You're never off. The MVP. Now, supporter-wise, we like to draw a lot. We like to draw hot. That's the whole point of the deck. We hot and loaded, 3 Professor's Research. Find them in our hand, get them going. Now, a lot of high draw, a lot of quick, a lot of discarding. 2 Karinas for backup on the Octillery. Iona's a bitch. We gotta be ready in this format. Never bad seeing it. Drop the 6. Bread and butter of the deck. Mommy Melanie. 2 of these, you're going back-to-back Urshi goods, Urshi spreads. Nothing stopping you. Then 2 Iona, because we're a bitch ourselves, and taking an extra turn while shuffling your opponent's hand to nothing is the best feeling there is. Now, 1 fuck you card, Cheryl, heal all your damage off your VMAXs. You're either discarding your energy or putting it back in your hand, so it's just free heals. And Clara, energy retrieval, more Inteleons, more Urshifu, more everything is good. Go to our ball search. 2 Nest Balls. You kind of want to go Unga Bunga with this deck, so you'll see what you want to find in a second. But 2's good for later in the game. You need to find Alakazams, because everything else you can just grab Octillery. 4 Ultra Balls. The MVP card. Always need one of these, whether it's Octillery, Inteleon VMAX, Luminion. You need 4. Can't go less. And Unga Bunga mode. You play this card, you win. Go first, see a VIP, you're sitting pretty. You cannot fold that game. Without this card, you're kind of doing shit, but we just find it every time because we play 7 outs. Echoing Horn, it's been pretty nice to just put something back on the bench and abuse it again with Yoga Loop and more double gunner spins. It could be cut. It's not the most impactful, especially without a boss's orders and 1 rope, but it can still do its job. 1 rope. Starting Alakazam sucks. Going into Urshifu active, being able to Gale Thrust some more is great. I played it with 2 today. 2 rope might be the moves. Still working on it. 2 energy retrieval, because we're never spreading enough, so we always need more energy to spread more. Now, 3, I get any cards I want. So this is how we're playing 7 VIP Pass. We're always finding VIP Pass or Supporter after turn 1, and we're just sitting good the whole game. You know, you see this or VIP, it's gonna look like a good game. And finally, 3 Tower Waters. I give everything except Alakazam for a treat, so you're never really gonna boss stall me. And setting up stupid amount of plays with Urshifu and Inteleon, and just being able to maneuver any type of play you want. Finally, we're playing 7 Water Energy. I like to find these a lot turn 1, just to attach to Urshifu Pass. Getting them for the double gutter pings is so more important. So I think just having more outs to it for energy retrieval and Clara is better as opposed to the 6 and 1 energy search. And best card in deck, 4 Rapid Strike Energy. I become 2 water fighting, so everything hits for 1 or 2 energy and hits super hard and super quick. And that's the deck. All you gotta do, open VIP or Forest Seal, and you're winning yourself a cup. So, hope you can spread just like me. Urshi good, Urshi spread.
So there's a card that you would like to add into the deck.
What card?
Any card. If you could add any 1 card into the deck, what do you think you would need the most? Or is it a perfect 16?
Not perfect 60, but I liked playing it with Heavy Ball. I could see Heavy Ball getting back into the list as opposed to like an Echoing Horn. Starmie could definitely go. I don't think it's worth it. I would rather see a second rope or a boss. Other than those 3 cards, I think everything else is the perfect 59, and we'll find the 60th card to make the deck win Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
And remember, or she good,
Or she's
she's
spread.
spread.
Thank you, chat.
Alright, my name's Austin Sherman. I took second in a 50 Master Cup with this deck and fifth in a, what was it, 32?
Yeah.
Alright. Nice, boring standard deck. 4 different artworks. Arceus.
What an actual criminal.
3 V-Star. We'll talk about stuff that's not standard. This is standard. 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 This was not in the 50-man cup. This card sucks. No one plays Mew.
There's one guy that played it.
This was also not in. This was not in for the cup that the 32. This was in for the 32-man cup. There was not a single Charizard there. It still can come up. It's free retreat. This attack's good for setting up checkmate scenarios with Giratina to rearrange your energy off of Arceus's if you have double Tina setups, or even to set up follow-up plays with a 200 attack from Tina to move off a DTE of it. So it can come up still. Definitely not worth the spots if you're not expecting Charizard. There was 4 Zards at the last cup we went to where I was playing a meme deck. I was playing Arc Regidrago, which Chumpow just kind of blasted me, but I don't know if you should run this or not. I'd probably cut all 3 of these spots going forward for shoes, consistency, finding energy. We'll go into supporters, 2 judge, 2 more judge. I don't have the hearts.
What a bum.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have mismatching judge.
You know the 4 different boss arts too.
You're actually like a disgusting human being.
Raihan and the Sharon's Care spot, I go back and forth. In the 50-man cup, I was running no Raihan. It's greedy to not run this card, but it's also like a win more card a lot of the times, whereas Sharon's Care can come up a lot more in the mirror. Like, if you're actually able to get this off with the double Arceus setup, you're probably so far behind anyways from them taking the 2 prizes with how fast this meta is that it's not worth running sometimes. And then you'll run into people that'll say there's no way they're playing this deck without 1 Raihan. So I go back and forth. It's good when you need it if you can find it. Just like Sharon's Care is good when you need it if you can find it. I would not run both 1-ofs though, probably. 4 Ultra Ball, $250 card. 4 Nest Ball. All my homies hate Battle VIP Pass.
You're right.
This is the 3-path version. I was on 4-path for the 50-man cup. 3-path's fine. This is a path. And these are shoes, probably. That's changes going forward. All this is standard. 1 belt, 1 rope, 1 switch, 2 V-guard. I'm trolling. There's an energy missing. This is 59 cards. This is 4 psychic, 4 grass, 4 DTs. And that's the list. I prioritize getting out. The way I play this deck is this card's too good. I'll even try and get this out before Giratina setup sometimes, depending on how my hand plays out. If you watch some of our VOD games, you'll see how important the barrel is to me. I hit some, like, you gotta value this card too. It's a C1 to put your hand down, but like, when you have those like awkward 1-2 card hands, Squove is not only C1 that turn, it's C an extra card the next turn after the top deck too. So this card gets you out of like really awkward hands where they're just like bricked energies anyways. So I search this out pretty aggressively a lot of the times, but I think I'm on stream like 3 games on the channel, so you can check out some of my gameplay if you want with this deck. It's a good deck though. Like, this card is like just punishes the whole format. It just does what it wants to do. You get DT on Arceus. I go second. I don't win coin flips ever. This Right here is game going second against the entire meta.
Let's spread that out a little bit. Let's get a good look.
You start these cards, you're chilling. Go second. Hit him with the energy. You have full setup in play. I aggressively path a lot with this deck. If you notice, I don't run a single way to remove path. You just have to know your matchups. Like going first, a lot of times you obviously will not put down path. Almost ever, you'll wait to do the path search out play. If you ever want to beat Chempa for free with this deck too, you win the coin flip. You have Arceus start. You evolve into you attach any energy to this next turn. You're evolving into this. Every one of your starbursts are for these two cards. Boom. Boss up the Max Caliber setup. If they don't get the 2 down, path them. You will win every time. You'll never lose that deck. Oh yeah, pretty good deck. This card doesn't have weakness. That's why I love it. It's hard. And I probably won't play it anymore this format. I'm tired of this deck.
So, if you already mentioned a couple cards you would want to add, like you said, the Raihan's a flexible spot. You'd put in like Trekking Shoes or the 4th Path.
Yeah.
Is there any other card that you feel like you need in this deck, or do you think the deck is like as it is, pretty like perfect card for card?
Yeah. So, and remember, this is 4 Psychic. The others change you'll see a lot of people is they value more Ionos than 4 Judge. 4 Judge is better. This deck needs the Judge early and often. It's not like running the 3 Ionos fine for late game. I thought about going down to 2 to get 4 Shoes back in. But I like having this supporter lineup right now. 4 boss mandatory. Do not cut boss. This deck has to boss. This deck is all about just being annoying, resetting your hand, leaving path in play as often as possible, and just consistently getting damage and all your energy in play. And you'll win the prize trade a lot of the time, especially against 3 prize matchups. I think everything else is like not flexible besides the Superiors and the Spiritons. And this like I said, standard wise, I'd make this 2 Shoes, I'd make this 4th Path, and that's what I would play going forward. Charizard's not real.
It's not. Card's fake.
Path beats it. Path Judge beats it. Anyways, you don't need this.
Is there anything else that you want to say to the people at home?
No, shout out to Zaz for running a 50-man cup. It was pretty
Yes,
lit.
sir.
64 people there. Fuck you.
50-man Masters Cup, same size as New York City Cup, so it was pretty fun.
I wanted to die, by the way.
Shout out all the locals going up to Pittsburgh. I will not be making that trip, but I'll be cheering them on from home. And we're at
I'm definitely praying for my downfall. I know you are.
we're at 90 CP on the season, so let's keep it going.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yep. And play a different deck going forward. Don't play this deck.
And then there's
Play
Josh.
La Sentina. Play La Sentina.
We like La Sentina.
Best deck.
My name's Ryan Sodi. I came in 5th place at Cape Fear and 4th place at Florence Cups. I was running La Sentina. It's pretty standard. I don't really have too much tech in here, but it's been running pretty well. I'm going to take it to Pittsburgh. We'll see how we do there. All right. So first off, we got 3 Giratina Vs, 3 V-Stars. It's all standard stuff. 4 Conkeys, 2 Sableyes, Manaphy, Radiant Greninja, Cramorant. I'm not running Snorlax or any of the tech Pokemon. 4 Mirage Gate, 4 Battle VIP, 3 Switch Cart, 3 Nest Ball, 3 Pokegears, 2 Super Rods, 2 Escape Ropes, 3 Path, 4 Colrus, 2 Boss, 1 Roxanne, 1 Iono, and then for the energy count, also pretty standard, 3 Water Energy. I know some people are running 2 now, but I don't know.
So let's play it safe around here.
It's too sketch for me. 3 Grass, 4 Psychic, and 3 Jet. I was playing 4 Jet before. I cut it. Seems to be okay. today at locals, I didn't see it like a single time, like all game, or all day.
And
but
you still went 3-0. So
it is true, yeah. So I didn't actually need it, so that was pretty good. The running 3 Poke Gears, which is really nice. It's definitely coming clutch finding the Colrus's, because sometimes that's like the worst thing that can happen is you just don't see a Colrus for multiple turns. So yeah, it's been running pretty well. The only times it doesn't feel good is obviously whenever you break, but maybe that happens. It's Pokemon, so
maybe like that. Yep. So if there was a card that you feel like you need in the deck, like if you could make one change, what do you think it would be? Not even like switch out a card. If there was a card like if you could play like the 61st card.
Honestly, probably be another Pokegear. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Just like I said, like the only way this deck feels bad is whenever you just don't hit Colress. So just having another way to get it is great. Sure. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. I know you like the Lost Vacuum to try and turbo a little bit, but which would be cool, but I feel like you're just never gonna have it whenever you need it. So
and Abyss Seeking is kind of OP.
Abyss Seeking is OP. It's very good.
I was definitely a hater.
It is really, really good. It's especially whenever you play against Rapid Strike and they start Drapion and don't force Seal Stone for escape.
He's not even here to defend himself.
No,
what a scumbag, dude.
No, he's not. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Would you have to add anything, Josh? Is he fucking sitting over there?
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say to the people at home in the camera? The same exact question I asked from last game. As Zaz stares at me, you guys can't see it at home.
Shout outs to Austin. He helped build the deck.
Let's go.
So,
he is kind of the goat.
Homies help homies.
Yeah, I think like I was running pretty much the same exact list, except I ran one more Jet, 2 Ionos instead of an Iono Roxanne. I don't remember.
Third rod over 3 Pokegear.
Third rod over 3 Pokegear. I don't remember where the 4th Jet energy came from though.
I would run 4 Jet. Chat.
Huh?
Chat.
What would you cut for the 4th?
Yeah, we're having live deck advice.
Yeah.
It's live. Here we go.
This is kind of messy.
Enter the mind of Austin Sherman.
I'll definitely get rid of a company. You don't need 3.
Okay, you're actually fucking crazy.
Actually, against the Rapid Strike with the Drapion and the active, I didn't use a single one the whole game. I just Abyss Seeking the whole
You already know what I
time.
would get rid of because I'm on the 2 water.
It's true, actually, that is what it would be.
I was about to say 3 water definitely plays it safe here.
2 Roxanne is pretty decent too. I play with that. 2 Iono, 2 Roxanne, 1 of each. All three options are good.
You're fucking crazy. This is the face of a crazy guy. Holy shit.
Absolute psycho.
I'm not good enough at energy management to run 2.
How many water energy does great energy to attack? Show.
It needs at
least
least 3.
2 water.
3.
2 water though. He's right.
That's fucking crazy.
I ain't doing it though.
What's up, it's Zaz. We got back from Cape Fear Regional or League Cup and Florence League Cup. I played Giratina Lost Box. In Cape Fear, I got 4th, and then in Florence, I actually won a nice fancy mat. So deck list is pretty standard, pretty par for the course. From what I played, I did make an edit, which I'll talk to you about. So the first thing, we got 4 Comfey, pretty standard fare. Then we have 3 Giratina Vs, 3 V Stars, 2 Sableyes. That card's cracked. It's insane. And then for my one-of Pokemon, we have a Manaphy, a Cramorant, and a Radiant Greninja. This card right here puts in a lot of work against Gardevoir, puts in a lot of work in the mirror match. Even just benching it, your opponent freaks out and they grab Manaphy and they bench lock themselves, even if you're never going to attack with it. It's kind of funny. For my item cards, we have the standard nice and balanced Battle VIP Pass. That card's insane. If you hit it, if you don't, you suck. Get better.
Don't let Austin tell you otherwise. Let your memes be dreams.
We got 3 switch carts, 2 escape ropes for our switch outs, 3 3 Nest Balls, 2 Super Rods, 4 Mirage Gates, and 3 Pokegears. This is a card that I think is kind of flexible, in my opinion. Yeah, it gets you Chorus, but like you don't really care if you Lost Zone it. So it's a card I'm kind of playing around with. Next for my stadiums, I have 3 Path to the Peak. A really good card in Gardevoir. It's really good in the mirror match. You just get it turn 1 so they can't Radiant Greninja. It's good into Mew VMAX, even Rapid Strike Urshifu. All those decks care a lot if you play Path to the Peak on them turn 1. For my supporter line, we have 2 Boss's Orders, 4 Chorus, 1 Iono, and then 1 Roxanne. I really wasn't feeling the Roxanne when I started playing the list. I really wanted to go to like 2 Iono because this card's fake and it sucks. But it's really good into Rapid Strike Urshifu. If you can also knock out their Octillery. Insane card. You just set them to 2, knock out their Octillery so they can't draw out of it. You're probably going to win the game. And then lastly, for my energy counts, we have 3 Jet Energies. I'm a safe basic bitch, so we're playing 3 Water Energies, 4 Psychic Energies, and then 3 Grass Energies. So pretty safe and standard list. A card that I think is, like I said, is a flex card is Pokegear. I have been testing just 2 Pokegear and playing the 3rd Super Rod. I think if you have to Lost Zone a Super Rod or if you prize one, you're really struggling for the game. Especially like if you see like double Super Rod off of a Flower Selecting, or if you see like of an Abyss Seeking 2 Super Rod and like 2 Energy or something. You're really kind of like struggling to make that decision of what you want, where if you just play 3, it's okay to Lost Zone one of them because you still have the 2. So this is the card that I would change personally, the card that I actually did change in my list that I'm kind of playing around with, and I like it a lot. I do see the benefit of 3 though, just to guarantee that you're going to see that Chorus turn 2. But yeah, shout out to Walter because I stole his list blatantly. And this is actually the same. I'm pretty sure this is card for card the same list that Ryan played. So I guess I have to shout out Austin Sherman too.
I was gonna say,
because
this looks pretty similar.
It's also his list. So I'm a dirty little thief. But if it works, it works. Like there's nothing you can really do about it.
Basically.
I will say one thing I would like in this deck is one more switching card, whether it's the 4th switch cart or the 3rd escape rope.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I think with 3 Jet Energy, you're still okay.
Yeah. For sure. Well, Zazington, any closing thoughts?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
This card right here, this attack right here, it says Abyss Seeking. It should instead say of looking at the top 4 cards and put 2 in the Lost Zone, it should say you just win the game. I have won more games by using Abyss Seeking turn 2 than any other attack I've crammed. I've done Greninja. I've done like every other attack. I've even turn 2 Lost Impact. I won more games by doing Abyss Seeking turn 2 because it gives you that hand advantage. It's like playing a Chorus.
Yeah, it's like basically mini Chorus.
It's mini Chorus. It gets you cards in the Lost Zone for you to Star Requiem or to Sableye. It's insane. Easily the best attack in the whole deck. Fuck Star Requiem. That attack sucks ass. Abyss Seeking. Go to attack. Go to attack. Hell no, that sounds ass.
That sounds bad.
Unless you can play only Pokemon characters, then I'm down for it. As soon as someone busts out like Joker or something, I'm literally killing them. Or if you play Byleth, you're done. You can actually die. I will push you off that bridge over there.
You better put that in the video.
It's going in the video. It's recording.
Any closing thoughts, Says?
Fuck people who play Byleth,
They're pussies! If you play Violet, you're a pussy!
That's not true.
He plays Violet! I got him!
Violet.